a lot of speed since you took your 24. Do you still feel like you're speedy right now, or how are you feeling?
Well, speed is relative, and you always work with the trail, not against it. Some trails, it's good to be fast on. Some trails, it's best just to get through. This last trail was a trail that you just get through, not a speed trail. That being said, we just did that run, you know, an hour and 45 minutes faster than Aaron did. So that's well over 2 minutes a mile, which is pretty significant. The previous run was a speed run. You know, that was a good trail. I did that one in 5 hours and 20 minutes from Unipleat to Shaktoolik, and I've only ever done it faster than that once, and it was not a good trail this year. It was drifted and slow, so yeah, this team has a lot of speed.
Can you talk about what made the trail so slow?
It was about somewhere between 6 inches and 1.5 feet of sugary snow. I mean, what we have right here, this stuff. And it's, can you guys scooch back just a wee tad? I don't want to hit anybody. There's nothing to it, literally, it's just air. It's like having a billion tiny little plastic pellets, and it doesn't matter how many times you step on them and squish them, they're never going to pack together. So every time the dogs set foot in it, they sank right to the bottom, and it would hold them just long enough for them to put pressure on their foot and then it'd drop out. So it's not that it's difficult like climbing a hill. Even the sled slid fairly easily over it. It's just for the dogs to walk through, it was painfully difficult. So yeah, that's why it was a slow run.
What do you think these next few moves are going to come down to? Is it going to come down to speed, or is it going to come down to who's most rested, or what do you
I don't know that it has a whole lot of coming down to left. I mean, Aaron just got done doing a 16-hour run. His dogs look really good considering, you know. When I passed him, they were happy and lively, but you're not going to be fast after that. You might be able to go after 4 hours, but not quickly. And so generally I'm trying to make moves and planning at this point because I still have to make up time. I'm already in front. So right now I have the fastest, strongest team within a long ways from what I can tell, and I need to look at the papers to make sure that's still right. All I need to do is stay in front and give my dogs as much rest as I can. You know, I'm not going to try to showboat and race off to the finish line and get a big lead or anything like that. My deal with these dogs is if they earn it, I'll give it back to them. If they run fast, we'll give it back to them and rest, and that's how you perpetuate speed.
Did you make a point of letting Aaron break trail on the way in here?
No, it's not a matter of that. Honestly, I think the trail was easier in front. After each team that goes over this, because there's a little crust on it, and like I said, it will never pack. It doesn't matter if you have 100 teams go over that. It needs a change in temperature, a warming, cooling cycle to make any change on that trail. So the first team, there was a little bit of a crust, and each of their dog feet kind of held a little bit and then punched through. The second team, there was already, you know, however many little holes punched in it, and there's less area for them to step. So by the time you're the, say, 8th or 9th team to go over that trail, it's just going to be one big sugar bowl. So, no, and he left an hour and 45 minutes ahead of me. No, I just ran my run. I didn't think that I would honestly see him on this run. So we caught up to him when we did, and it was just outside of town.
It sounds like you feel like it's yours to lose at this point.
I mean, the musher side of me just says it doesn't matter. Run your dogs. See what it looks like when you get to the finish line. It does not matter. I'm going to do what's right for my dogs. I am going to look around and make sure, you know, how big of a gamble I do or don't need to take. And right now, it's take no gamble whatsoever because we're already in first. We already have, in my opinion, the strongest team on the trail. And I think that the stats will show that they've been covering the trail much quicker than most. The analytical side of me says if I was watching this race like, you know, my wife or my brothers are undoubtedly doing, then I would say it's this team's to lose. You know, it's up to them. So we're not gonna go racing off or do anything crazy. I'm not picking out colors for a truck yet. I think if anybody should have learned their lesson about the race not being over till it's over, it should be me from last year. So that's still too fresh in my mind to say that, oh, this is ours.
Thanks, Dallas.